The two-day retreat for senators in the 10th National Assembly in Ikotekpene in Akwa Ibom State has come and gone, but not without far-reaching resolutions on how to rescue the Nigerian economy. Most of the discussions centered on the need to strengthen Nigeria's fiscal policy and tax reform to shore up revenue. The resolution to eliminate existing duplications in tax collections and consolidate the process in the hand of an agency was applauded by stakeholders, including two former Senate presidents, Ken Nnamani and Bukola Saraki.
The 10th Senate, or the 10th National Assembly, they are raising the bar. The bar being raised in the sense that what they are discussing is very fundamental towards our economic development. I am very, very excited about the topics being raised and the quality of participants. The senators, I didn't know that we have such brilliant set of people.
What is the major issue in the country today is economy. And that's why I keep on saying they must have an agenda that ensures that we reduce the hardship in the country, we increase revenue, we increase production, create jobs, and they must have an agenda. When they don't have an agenda, then there's nowhere they're going.
The stakeholders also applauded the resolution on the need to review Nigeria's tax waiver policy to ensure it aligns with revenue mobilization drive of the government by making the waiver process more transparent and accountable.
Look at our tax regime globally. You see that we haven't even done well in terms of tax generation. But tax is something that we have to be very careful about. It must have a human face. You don't just tax for the sake of taxing. And at the end of the day, it's the same people who suffers what they're taxing. And when you ask a man to pay a tax and he pays, are you utilizing that tax he has paid very well? Because if you don't utilize it well, that also becomes another issue.
Nigeria's economy is in dire straits with the country's currency at its lowest ebb. The Senate is worried about the free fall of the Naira as it reached a resolution to frontally address the issues of exchange rate, inflation, poverty and massive unemployment in the country. Perhaps more significantly is a resolution by the 10th Senate to work closely with the executive arm of government to enable President Bola Tinubu achieve his 8-point agenda, a move that gladdens the heart of the Chief of Staff to the President, Femi Gbajabiamila.
First of all, I think we need to understand one thing in constitutional democracy. The executive and the legislature, as much as possible, should be on the same page. And I think they are on the same page. And what is that page? That page is good governance, economic advancement. I think where there is always schism is the approach to that destination. And that is why this retreat is very, very important. How do we accommodate, how do we integrate the agenda of the executive and the agenda of the legislature? Because the two will always have their agendas for the good governance of Nigeria.
For many others, Nigeria cannot move forward without such collaboration between the legislature and the executive arm of government.
I think we still need more engagement. And this is why the discussion should also go down the line. And I think it's important that for sustainable reform agenda, for the realization of the 8-point agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, human resource should be factored in. And this is why organized labor have to be brought on board.
Until we subsume our personal interests, our regional interests, our religious consideration, and bring Nigeria to the fore as the mission, as our destiny, we will never be where we wanted to be.
The 28-point resolutions include a review of the Stamp Duty Act of 1939 and other obsolete laws. Omo Bazwai, Arise News.